guys, welcome to Office Blokes React. I'm Office Bloke Dave.
I'm Office Bloke Mike.
I'm Office Bloke Daz.
Collectively we are the Office Blokes.
Yeah.
It is true. And give us a subscribe if you don't mind. Quite a lot of you aren't subscribed at the moment, so just down there somewhere, the little button, click it.
Do it.
Just go for it. We'll give you a minute.
Go on.
Done.
I heard it. Cheers for that one. Appreciate it. Nice one. Right then, the 10 most dangerous places to live in England. I just assume some of the smaller boroughs of London, you know, where knife crime is absolutely rife.
Yeah, it's usually in the cities, isn't it? I suppose the most dangerous places, I would guess.
Knife crime is rife in London, but then you look at places like Toxteth, Bootle in Liverpool, Moss Side, Manchester.
I don't think Moss Side.
I went through Moss Side. I went through it on Friday. Well, it's next door to where I live, so I drove through it the other day, and there must have been about 8 barber shops in a row.
Yeah.
And they were all open Christmas Eve, like late and Christmas Eve, like 5 o'clock Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
I was like, okay. But they're all like, you got one Somalian, one Ugandan, one, it's all African sort of thing.
Yeah.
It's, but they're like all, I guess they all sort of like work towards the different needs of whoever.
I think culturally, there's more of a barbershop culture in places like Moss Side where guys don't just go to get their hair cut and get out of there.
Everyone was packed.
They hang out there and they chat, and it's like a community hub, isn't it?
Yeah, I guess so,
Yeah. Well, we'll get into it.
I won't be going there for my haircut. I know that for sure.
I'm putting my phone on silent because it's just gone off twice. Right now, 10 most dangerous. This is a bank holiday today. It's not. Cheers for that. It's bank holiday today. This is amateur hour. We're in on a day off doing this.
Day off.
So 10 most dangerous places to live in England. Then let's do it.
10 most dangerous places to live in England. I need to begin this by quickly telling you that England can't be considered one of the most dangerous places to live. For sure, it's a lot safer than Mexico and many other countries. However, nowhere is absolutely safe, and England is having its own share of notoriety. You're exposed to more dangers when you're living in some places in England. Here's a list of the most dangerous places to live. Before I continue, I feel the urge to draw your attention to some other important facts. These top 10 most dangerous places are not necessarily the worst places to live in England. We simply rate them for violent crimes, such as armed robberies or thefts, sex attacks or rape, arsons and murders. Our ranking relies heavily on figures from the Home Office, showing the number of offences committed across the previously mentioned 5 victim-based crime categories and the latest government figures. This ranking deserves serious consideration by those already living in England and those considering moving to the country.
When I was looking to buy a house, and we all know how well that went, I looked at the crime statistics of the areas. So, like, you can type in the address of the immediate house, and it'll tell you on that street how many crimes have been reported, the nature of the crime, how many, and Jesus, even places you think are nice, you look at it and you're like, what?
Yeah. We had 10 on our street when we lived in Hale. We had 10 domestic instances, like domestic disturbance. And I said again, it's probably just like someone having a party and the police come out.
It can be everything, can't it? It can be the police getting called for domestic abuse, violence, sex crimes.
But you look at everyone, if it was domestic abuse, I'm looking at all the neighbours going, is it you? Is it you? Is he hitting you?
It's the wives if it's in Hale.
Well, I think that's a nice area, Hale, but I mean, you could have like a high crime rate because of burglaries.
Burglaries, right. Every house apart from ours.
Is it?
Yeah, it was, funny enough.
Knew you lived there, didn't
even the Queen's someone broke into the Queen's house yesterday. Did you see that?
Yeah.
With a crossbow.
With a crossbow, yeah.
See where they're most likely to be at risk of certain crimes. 10. Northumbria. Let's begin with this northernmost county of England that still retains its many Roman remains, such as Hadrian's Wall. This Anglo-Saxon kingdom in northern England shares its boundaries with County Durham, Cumbria, Tyne and Wear, southeast Scotland and the North Sea. Also known as Northumberland, the name derived from the Old English North and Himbre.
Did you say Cumbria?
Northumbria stretches that far.
Yeah. So it's up the east coast and goes over to the left, doesn't it? Then you've got Cumbria that then encapsulates.
But I thought
just the two northernmost counties are Cumbria and Northumbria.
I thought North Yorkshire.
I thought Yorkshire would be in between.
Yeah, you've got North Yorkshire, then you've got like Northumbria, haven't you? I mean, it's a huge area to say it's one of the worst, most dangerous places.
I know, yeah,
it's a big area.
Must be.
It must stretch from the North Sea. It spreads over to sort of like the.
I've never considered it.
No, me neither.
But I don't think Yorkshire borders Scotland. Thinking about it.
No, it doesn't. Yeah, you're right.
Then it goes over to sort of like Kendal and
wow, learned something new on that.
Yeah, it's big.
But he has taken something that's probably like 1/6 of the country's landmass. Northumbria is massive, isn't
It's a big
it?
place, yeah.
Is unfortunately one of the 10 most dangerous places to live in England. If you consider the fact that it's a place known for its castles, with more of them than any other country in England, you might find it hard to believe that Northumbria could be found in this kind of list. However, as a county on the border between England and Scotland, you should understand that it can be a centre for many conflicts. Out of every 1,000 people in Northumbria, 75.7 are likely to suffer one or more of these crimes. 9. Lancashire.
If he's going county by county, then the
Look at them
top
all.
10 is... Yeah, it's
Look at them all.
Big areas,
Is it more than 10 counties?
I'm not sure.
Wow.
Yeah, there is. Yeah. But you said, well, I don't even know Northumbria. What's that, Blythe, I guess, right?
I've stayed in Northumberland. It's an absolutely beautiful area.
Yeah,
I guess
I've
you've got
heard
like
it.
Blythe,
Nice.
haven't you? And
I'm not sure.
that's the only place I can think of.
Yeah.
Bezic? Berwick, sorry.
Berwick's a bit further up, I think, isn't it? On towards Scotland, Berwick.
But it's in England, though.
Yeah.
Must be Northumbria.
The next on the list of most dangerous places to live in England is Lancashire, a ceremonial, non-metropolitan county in northwestern England. The county, having Preston as its administrative centre, has featured more than once on the league table of most dangerous places to live in England and Wales, according to Home Office figures, which highlight how many offences were committed per head. In Lancashire, the historical area on the Irish Sea that's noted for textiles, also bordering Cumbria, Greater Manchester, West Yorkshire, North Yorkshire, Merseyside and Cheshire. The rate of these 5 victim-based crimes is high. It's given a 78.5 crimes per 1,000 people. 8. London, a metropolitan police district. London, of all places. Again, well, the city always features in all good, but also bad indices. Since 2001, when it recorded the lowest number of metropolitan police officers, the capital city's case of street violence has been worsening. The Metropolitan Police Commissioner, Cressida Dick, working with London Mayor Sadiq Khan and Justice Secretary David Gork, determined that the middle-class drug users are the culprit. The figures on hand, especially from the Home Office, are not all encouraging. They show that those living in London are more than twice as likely to be robbed than most other places in the country. Consider this. 44.2 of every 1,000 Londoners will be robbed. This is the highest rate of reported theft offences. As London gangs are extending their tentacles to the outer suburbs, the criminal networks are reaching the untapped territories to push up violent crimes across the rest of the country. According to the Home Office, London has a rate of 80.3 in 1,000 in the rate of theft, sex crimes and violent attacks.
Wow. I feel
Just
like
a town full of nonsense.
I feel like if Nico Amelano would have won the mayoral election, then that figure would have come right down. Everyone would have just come together.
It's always
and
going to be. You're always going to have that in major cities in the world, aren't you? You know, still, I think London is probably one of the safer major cities in the world, isn't it? I would guess. It must be.
in comparison to
if you go to
around, yeah.
You know, I would guess.
It's worse. There's a lot
You're always
worse.
going to get more crime in massive cities, though, aren't you? You're always going to get that.
If you act like a tourist in London, then people will try and rob you.
Yeah, of course.
It's all tourists in London.
Yeah, and I guess that's what a lot of the crimes are against.
Yeah, a lot of people walking around with a map that are confused.
If you're in central London, if you're going like central London around the Houses of Parliament and all around there, and
everyone's
St Paul's
a tourist
Cathedral,
there,
no, it's
but-
all tourists.
Yeah.
London Eye, all around there.
That's
But you go to like, I don't know, Tottenham, for example, places like that, and Slough. Fucking no tourists there, mate.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Don't go around there taking photos. Is he still a thing?
Yeah.
I thought it'd gone away.
There's one on Portland Street in Manchester still.
I don't think there's as many as there used to be. Is it? It used to be a bit more of the. Like
I've not
Wetherspoons,
seen one for
isn't it?
ages.
But-
Yeah, it's a wine
there's one
bar.
or two,
Yeah.
but not a lot. But yeah, of course. Yeah.
7.
That's proper old, that people drinking blobs in Yates's
Blobs,
wine bar.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Greater Manchester. I wonder how Greater Manchester, a metropolitan county in northwest England, can ever be exempted from the list of 10 most dangerous places to live in England, if we're to be kind to anyone moving here. The place is combined authority area in the northwest, comprising 10 metropolitan boroughs of Bolton, Bury, Oldham, Rochdale, Stockport, Tameside,
Bury
Trafford,
Kebab House.
Wigan, Manchester and Salford. The county's situation is so serious that Chief Constable Ian Hopkins announced his resignation, quitting his £200,000 a year job just after Greater Manchester Police came
Robin
under
Hood.
special measures.
You know where that is, right?
Stratford,
Someone
isn't
got
it?
shot out there last week.
Yeah,
I don't think it's closed down now.
I'm not sure, but there was quite a famous one where
Which one is it?
Robin Hood in Stretford.
Robin Hood. Of course it is, yeah.
a guy got shot in the back of the head there about 10 years ago as well in the pub, and then there's a takeaway next to it, isn't there, and someone got shot. It was one of these wrong person ones.
Yeah, that wasn't long ago, that. Was it about a year ago, 2 years
Yeah.
ago, maybe?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's, fully aware of that place.
Yeah, he's
Surprised they got away with it, to be fair.
Did they miss? Aren't we Greater Manchester? Trafford?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did he say Trafford?
No,
Yeah, he did. I
he
think
didn't
did,
say
yeah.
Trafford.
I can't remember him saying it.
No, he didn't.
to its findings. The damning report indicates that the police authority had failed to record as many as 80,000 crimes in just 1 year. Well, for your information, the combined crime rate in Greater Manchester is, according to the Home Office, 81.9 in 1,000. 6. Kent.
You're a Kent.
Now, let's move southward to see the next one of the 10 most dangerous places to live. We're considering the county of Kent in the southeast. History has it that as former Anglo-Saxon kingdoms, Kent was the county to be colonised by the Romans. Kent has been a victim of widespread violent crime these days, as the crimes are penetrating beyond city centres.
Someone tries to rob you and you go, "You're a southerner."
I know.
Jog on.
Get your fucking money.
Say that again, you mag.
Do you know who the police constable, the chief constable is now at Greater Manchester?
No.
Do you know?
No.
Remember Steve Watson that used to play for Newcastle?
Yeah.
Him.
No way.
Yeah, the ginger guy.
Really?
Yeah.
We'll be all right if he's ginger.
How?
I know.
What's happened?
Ex-footballer. Apparently he's all right.
Wow.
I never knew that. Wow.
Homegrown gangs and county lines networks started increasing in Kent. Knife crimes soared by 40% last year. Even children aged 10 in Kent are involved in gangsterism. The rate of crime in Kent is 8.2 in 1,000 residents.
Kent.
5. Humberside. Where is Humberside?
No idea.
Apologies to the
Humberside.
It's a Hull, isn't it?
It's West Yorkshire. It's East
Oh, is
Yorkshire.
it? Right, Holm. Yeah.
It's called East
On the
Yorkshire
coast.
now. I don't think it's called Humberside anymore, is it?
Yeah, you're probably right there, actually.
I think it's called East Yorkshire now.
I think you might be right, actually.
Because they had a West
Yeah.
Yorkshire, North Yorkshire, South Yorkshire, and Humberside.
Yeah, you're right.
millennials here. We're beaming our searchlight of dangerous places in England to a place known to be a non-metropolitan and ceremonial administrative county in northern England. Humberside was carved out of Yorkshire and Lincolnshire from the 1st of April 1974 until the 1st of April 1996. Then it shared its north and west border with North Yorkshire, its southwest border with South Yorkshire and Nottinghamshire, and southern border with Lincolnshire. This should give you an idea of the region of Midlands of England we're referring to.
Nottinghamshire's going to be high on this.
Yeah.
Definitely,
I guess
thinking
so.
about it.
Yeah.
But the first time I went down to Nottingham for a night out,
Merseyside's going to be number one.
I think it's going to be between Merseyside and Nottingham.
Bristol again, maybe?
What's that? What does Bristol come under? Gloucestershire?
No, it's Somerset.
Somerset, is it?
Somerset.
Yeah, but the first time I went down to to Nottingham, found 2 lots of bullet casings on the street that were spent. This is within half an hour of getting there, and 2 different groups of people tried to kick off on me and my bro.
Really?
Yeah, and it was
Wow.
just you couldn't have written it within a half-hour period. It was just like it was insane.
Or is it Robin Hood?
No, it was mental.
Robin Hood's got 2 references in this video so far.
It was a load of. One of them was just a random guy that came over and started trying to start a fight with me and my bro, and we were like, just fuck off. And the other one was a load of guys dressed as golfers. There was about 20 of them rolled out of a bar, pissed.
Yeah.
One of them threw a pint pot at us and just started going mental. And it was like, we've been here for half an hour. The whole thing was mental.
Should have had a row with him.
There was about 20 of them, and they were like
Was it?
20 guys dressed as golfers on the beer, and me and my bro stood there. It's like, nah.
Have a go still.
Now, consider the crime situation in the region. The rate is 83.3 to 1,000 residents. 4. Durham. Durham is our next point of call in the search for the most dangerous places to live in England. Also known as the City of Durham, it shouldn't have been found on any bad ranking list if it had lived up to its description as a principal town, a cathedral city, and civil parish in the district and county of Durham. Unfortunately, County Durham, covering 1,051 square miles, with a population of 866,846, recorded 83.9 crimes per 1,000 people in our year of consideration. It once made the list as the 9th most dangerous place in England and Wales when 62,878 crimes were recorded. 3. South Yorkshire. This metropolitan county in the northeast of England is comprised of the southernmost part of the Yorkshire and the Humber region. Now, with this location, it would be surprising if it manages to escape all these criminal records. The ceremonial county of South Yorkshire conveniently positions itself as the third most dangerous place to live in England, with a record of 83.9 crimes per every 1,000 people. 2. West Yorkshire. Still in Yorkshire, this time the West, where the Operation Gemlock was launched in response to the spate of serious violence and knife crimes. It's been recording the highest rate of violent crime, 26 murders in the most recent year. Security agencies once made more than 4,000 arrests, during which more than 500 weapons of various weights were seized. West Yorkshire features very prominently in the news for murders, missing persons, rivalry caused by drug dealings, and gang-related crimes. In West Yorkshire alone, there are some 146 crime gangs, about half of which have linkages to drug dealing. The deaths of 39-year-old Ajdar Bajdar, whose body was discovered in a wall cavity of a former bank building, and 20-year-old Mohammed Ayaz are not doing any good to West Yorkshire criminal records, which have gone up to 435% since 2011. No wonder the county had a huge record of 96.8 crimes per 1,000 people.
Wow.
It's that it's the Asian crimes, the gangs.
Yeah.
There's loads of them, isn't there, in that neck of the woods. Yeah, especially even in Lancashire when you go the county lines.
Yeah.
You go into Lancashire, into Burnley and Colne, Blackburn, all around there.
Yeah.
It's rife.
Mm.
Yeah, that's what that is.
North's getting a good kick in here, isn't it? Though,
Well, it
especially
always
Yorkshire.
is. Of course it is. But Merseyside's going to be number 1, I think.
Are we on? Was this number 2?
Yeah.
Number 2, yeah.
Oh wow. I think Merseyside probably, but I'm surprised Nottinghamshire isn't on there.
Yeah, Merseyside's like... If Merseyside's not number 1, it'd be proper... Because it's not even in the top 10, that'd be the case.
Yeah, but Greater Manchester is.
Yeah, Merseyside definitely got to be number 1.
Yeah.
It's got to be.
Yeah,
Should we find out?
It's an interesting way of doing it by county. I think it needs to be a little bit more granular than this.
Yeah.
I think if you move into a different area, you wouldn't just go, right, I look at
Lancashire.
the crime in North Yorkshire, and that's a crime. You think, right, I'm not moving to North Yorkshire because it's such a big area.
But you go to
I think you
Whitby,
would be.
places like that, it's gorgeous.
Precisely.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, some beautiful place. Northumberland, absolutely
York.
beautiful up there. Really is. But I think you definitely get the spotlight on an area a bit more, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
It's massive areas that you're talking about.
Like you say about Greater Manchester, you can look at Bowden or you can look at Benchill.
Precisely. Yeah.
I mean, you also look at,
Total ends of the spectrum.
Yeah.
in general, South Manchester's a bit more affluent, isn't it? When you get to Sale and Altrincham, then you've got, I suppose Wimslow with Alderley Edge isn't in Manchester, is it? But, the
Cheshire.
Cheshire, south part of Manchester. But it's probably the same everywhere, isn't it?
Merseyside number 1. You going for that?
I think it's got to be.
Got to be on it.
Yeah.
1.
What?
No
Cleveland.
way. Wow.
The
Merseyside's not even in the top
unarguably
10.
most dangerous place to live in England is Cleveland. It has the highest proportion, which is 99.4 per 1,000 crime victims in England and Wales. Arson rates in Cleveland are 4 times the national average, greater than those of any other place on the list,
Arson?
at a huge cost to the taxpayer. Some £18 million is spent on fighting deliberate fires when bins or cars are torched. For instance, the Home Office figures revealed that between June 2019 and June 2020, 23,675 violent crimes.
It's not a county though, Cleveland, is it?
I don't even know where it is.
It's northeast.
I thought it's northeast. I thought it's.
I thought it's in Durham.
Yeah,
area.
I thought it's that sort of area.
Yeah. It's not a county. It's in Ohio.
I think the.
I wouldn't have thought that was a county at all.
Cleveland's definitely not a
I must
county.
admit,
I'd be surprised if it is.
I'm going to look into that. But,
Yeah.
could be proved wrong.
Same,
probably
yeah,
right, but
yeah.
I think the high rates of arson are going to be car crime, aren't they?
Arson? Who even does arson anymore?
People setting
personally,
fire to stolen cars.
I think it's sort of that's when you get into crime rates like that, it's like a small, really small number, like 1 or 2 people.
It's just 2 little shits going around nicking
just
cars and
little
burning them
loads,
all out, isn't
yeah,
it?
It's a strange one, isn't it?
Yeah.
were perpetrated. Rates of homicides, harassment, rape and serious injuries to drivers and commuters kept on increasing. No doubt Cleveland remains unrivalled as the worst place to live in England. Did you notice that the majority of the 10 most dangerous places are in the north? It seems that the further north you go, the more dangerous it becomes. Well, that's a topic for another day.
Yeah.
Since change is the only constant thing, we can expect the situation of these places, or at least some of them, to improve in the future. Thanks for watching this video.
Yeah, I'd like.
Merseyside's not in the top 10. Fuck
Yeah.
that. I'm not having that.
Nothing against Merseyside or Scouse, but I mean, it's a bit of a
It's just
dodgy area,
shithole.
isn't it?
Bastards. I'd like to see a more granular one of them. Incidentally, go and subscribe to Learning Canteen. It's a great channel.
Yeah,
if
Yeah,
you're
of course,
enjoying
still
it.
love it. Yeah.
Maybe if they see this, let's do a more granular. The most dangerous towns or the most
Yeah.
dangerous districts, or like something
It's
a bit
still
more.
great though, because it just starts a debate, doesn't it? Now we're talking about
Yeah.
it, which is
I wonder what the crime rate is in Merseyside then. Compared, what was ours? 81 and 1,000 in Great Manchester.
Something like that.
Must
Yeah.
be like
Yeah.
159 in Merseyside if that's the case. It's gotta be.
I suppose reported. crimes.
Everyone's a crim over there.
Maybe, but maybe they're not grasses.
They don't
So there's loads of it going on. But they're not
sort
saying
out
the cops.
themselves.
Yeah.
not having that.
But,
No punks.
Not having Liverpool
Yeah,
on there. No way.
yeah, it's casting the big net there, isn't it, over some big areas
Yeah.
for the crime
Yeah.
rates. But I suppose
Yeah.
if that's the crime rates, that's the crime rates. But
It's a very, like you say, it's a debate. I know they're going off the metric, which is per county per 1,000 people.
yeah,
But I'm not. You've got to be more granular. You've got to, because if you went for the most dangerous towns, I bet they'd all be.
Liverpool will be number one.
Yeah.
you would think so, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
I mean, even over the years, the last 10, 20 years, I mean, Salford's had a bit of a reputation,
Yeah.
hasn't it? Especially with gun crime and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
it's as bad now, but the last 10, 15
A lot of gang crime.
years.
A lot of gang crime in
Well,
Salford.
Manchester
course.
was called Gunchester in the 90s, wasn't it?
Yeah,
That was
yeah.
the capital of gun crime in Britain.
But great debate to start anyway.
Can't believe Merseyside's not on there.
No.
That's,
I know,
that's
yeah.
really shocked me
A
now.
bit of a surprise, isn't
I'm
it?
well shocked.
Yeah.
Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed that too. Don't forget, like and subscribe, please. Hit the bell. We'll catch you on the next one.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.